Here it is, ladies and gents, the final mission in the Call of Duty Black Ops Veteran Campaign walkthrough. This is Redemption. I am your host, Zero Ice. And you're in a helicopter, so let's do this. You have a bunch of marked targets on the Rusalka. I'm assuming if you've made it this far, you've watched the Revelations level. If not, then this level is going to be slightly confusing to you. Unless you're not paying attention to the story, and then you probably don't give a shit anyway. All the targets that are located by the HUD are either one guy or a group of guys that contain RPGs, and they use them liberally. When you get to the front and back of the ships, the original target locations, and this target location, the top target is actually a missile pod. So you need to take that out first, because that's probably what's going to be what kills you. When that objective is complete, you get people coming out of the actual levels onto the decks of the ship. These are again packs of like 3 and 4 guys that have RPGs and grenade launchers and just all kinds of shit to take you down. I do find out that the guys that have machine guns don't do a whole lot of damage to you unless you're right up on them. So I stay kind of far away. There are a couple of times when Weaver and Hudson are trying to like tell me to move in closer, and you're out of range. They're dying and I'm not, so I'm clearly not out of range. In fact, I prefer if they're telling me that I'm out of range, because that means that the enemies on the ship can't hit me. The problem is there's a lot of shit on the deck for the people to hide behind, and that little target locator stays highlighted as long as at least one of those guys in the pack was alive. So like, I killed the other 4 guys in that pack on the right, but that one dude is still alive hiding behind shit. So he's still there. So that gets annoying. Easiest part is to just kind of fire when you get a little red indicator, and then whenever you all have them, just spam your rockets with left trigger. When you take it out all the targets, well, apparently I still have more. I'll go ahead and tell you. When you take out all the targets, you're going to get a what appears to be a friendly helicopter. As you can see right here, it's going to be the helicopter on the left. That is not a friendly helicopter. That is a bad helicopter. This helicopter, however, unlike the other 2 in the previous missions, will fuck your shit up very, very, very quickly. As you can see, I'm trying to do the same technique, but he is very maneuverable, and he strafes and dips and dives and dodges, and it's not fun. You think you're gonna die when you blow him up. When you kill him, he actually shoots a rocket at you, but you're not dead, so don't give up. You have to pilot the ship over to the deck. Then you almost fall off. No. And then you get back up. And if you like the FAMAS, then go you. If you're like me and you don't like the FAMAS, this part is balls. I don't like the FAMAS. It has an incredibly obnoxious amount of kick, way more than I prefer and am used to. So I don't like the FAMAS. Especially, it's better with the red dot scope. In earlier levels, you can get a FAMAS with an ACOG. It made me want to like gouge my eyes out and bleed to death. I hate the FAMAS with an ACOG. I really don't like the ACOG scope in general, but that's neither here nor there. This is a FAMAS with an ACOG, and as you can see, your whole team just like ball rushes the shit out of this tanker. So you really can just sit in the back and chill. The convenient side, if you don't like the FAMAS, is that your secondary weapon is a Mac 11 with an ACOG and I think a silencer, and you have 900 bullets, which should last you the remainder of this level easily. And luckily, you get to pick up a Valkyrie rockets, so you can drop your FAMAS and get Valkyrie rockets. If you prefer, you can wait longer before you take out the helicopters until they fly together. And if you didn't know about Valkyrie rockets, if you actually hit right trigger, you can blow them up on command. So the achievement is to blow off both helicopters with one Valkyrie rocket. Essentially wait till they fly next to each other, put a rocket right in between them, blow the rocket up, gain achievement points. Again, since you have to wait kind of a little while until you get the perfect situation while they're flying together, I'm not really sure that I recommend doing that on Veteran, but to each his own, right? You do have to make it all the way to the back of this level of the ship, and there's a door on the left that seems that people are coming out of, which would imply that the door is open. Nay, nay, the door is not open, the door is closed, and while your team was all really ready and rushing to come over here and kill some bitches, they sure do linger behind you quite a bit and take a long time to open up the door. Could have just been my game because I kept rushing up really quickly, but it did seem that it took them an awfully long time to come over here and for the door to open. Now the rest of this, there's only like 12 enemies left in the rest of this little first part of the mission of the ship. The issue is where they're located and the concentration of them. Like they put 3 guys in a room that you really can't maneuver around and hide behind shit in. Or they put them on balconies and walkways and catwalks that are laden with iron pallets on the walls so that you can't get a clear shot out of them. So that kind of sucks. As you can see down here in the locker room, right as you walk in and face through the doorway, there's going to be a guy. There's also 2 guys that are now in front of me, but when you walk in, they're to your left. Usually they stay back there. I got unlucky and they both threw grenades at me. Normally they don't do that though. You can just run in there and kill all 3 of them very, very quickly, and it's pretty simple. But that's probably the most awkward way to do it, is with them throwing grenades at you. Into the galley, there's going to be 2 guys that run behind the prep station table. You can shoot them through the table. Those are just cardboard boxes. And like I said, cardboard boxes can be shot through. Through this door on the top left, right up here behind this pallet, there is a guy. There are also guys on the right as you walk through here. There is no staircase to go down there, and they're actually behind some glass. So you do have to come up to the left. There are 2 to 3 guys in this room, as well as 1 guy waiting behind the doorway to fuck your day up. Yep, that guy. When you make it past this doorway, there are a couple of guys that spawn out of the corner that you have to go to where the marker is. They'll also try and kill you. Go figure, right? The wood pallets that you see leaning up against the railway can be shot through, so use them as temporary cover. Do not sit there and linger and use them as permanent cover. I'm kind of waiting until I can get a clear shot and kind of using the actual doorway as my cover. Fortunately, I say there's only 12 guys. I do think that this is an infinite spawn. I'm not sure. I know that only 3 or 4 guys ran out, and that's why I said there's only 12. But I think that if you wait and wait and wait and wait, this is an infinite spawn. So, once again, don't linger. Use grenades liberally. You can pick up grenades off of the dead enemies, so that's fun. Alright, this is after you come underwater. You're gonna have a Galil with an ACOG, which I guess is okay. Again, I don't like the ACOG, but I really like the Galil, so I guess it kind of makes up for it. When he opens the door, cap the guy going up the stairs. There's going to be a lot of guys in this room. As long as you don't go into the room and progress too much further, the gate in the back of the room doesn't open up. So you can kill everybody in this room and have a safe margin to kind of maneuver and walk up for without being shot too much. But there is a lot of cover and a lot of shit for them to hide behind. Grenades do work, but I find that if you don't cook them long enough, the AI will either throw them back at you or just move out of the way. So you can cook them, I think, was it like 5 seconds before they blow up? So I would wait like 2-3 seconds or so and chuck them, because it's going to take, you got to figure about 1 second to 1.5 seconds of air time. And you really want them to hit the ground and immediately blow up. I'm not the one to talk about that. If you haven't noticed from some of my other videos, and especially in Halo, I am not a very good grenade tosser. So, yeah, take that however you will. There's one person who's bad at throwing grenades trying to give advice about throwing grenades. There's no way to actually go forward while you're going upstairs, but you get kind of overlook, and there are people on the railway in this coming up room. So you might as well go ahead and take them out. The convenient thing about the end of this level is it's a one-way corridor through the rest of this level past this room, essentially. but they only have one-way corridor, and you only have a one-way corridor. So there's nothing really for them to hide behind. There's no boxes, there's no ledges, there's nothing. It's a straight shot. You're essentially in an underground submarine, a stationary submarine, like a marine base. So just use that to your advantage. You pretty much can just run through a hallway, and if you got a large clip of ammo, just fire. And you're bound to hit somebody. In fact, I think that's what I ended up doing, is just firing. The downside of this level is when you get to the very end of the ferret, there are juggernauts. And I use flashbangs. But we'll get to that part here in a second. I should die here, but if you run into this room fast enough, you actually get the water to rush in, but I should have died there. So there was no excuse for me to miss that guy, but I got lucky. Now here's the convenient part. It's a one-way hallway from point A to point B. So just make sure that you're reloaded every time you kill a couple of guys. You've got to, you have a time to wait before more spawn, and just press forward and shoot people. Coming up right here, I think this is your first room. Up this ladder and then through a hallway is your first actual room. The room is an infinite spawn, so you do have to go forward. But I think I figured out where the stop points are, so we'll notify those. There's usually 3 guys in this walkway. There's the third. He hides in this little steam vent bath, so watch out for that. So here we go. There's the guy on the left. There's 2 guys on the platform that run around the corner as soon as you get in here. Spawning right where I am right here behind this little data cabinet stops the spawn for the first half of the room. When you go back to go up to the stairs, you've now reinitiated the spawn, so make sure you quickly get back up onto this platform to stop the front spawn. Sometimes there's a guy in the back left corner by the data cabinet you can't see, that's right there on the left, so watch that area. There could be a guy hiding back there. In fact, I think there is, but I think that Hudson's about to go kill him. There is no way to stop the spawn in the back of the room unless you clear the room and finish it. So turn the corner, make sure you've killed everybody, and run into the door. Now here we go with the juggernauts. There's not usually one in this room, but there's one that runs in this room. So here's what I do. I flashbang, and I come in swinging. Now it sucks for me that Juggernaut did not run into this room, which means he's right outside of it. So throw one, and then flashbang him, kill him. When you turn the corner to the right, there's another Juggernaut hiding behind a wall in a little cubby hole, so be careful of that. This is him right here. I actually ended up just knife killing him. 2 guards left, and I will leave you with the ending cutscene. Thank you for watching.
Dragovich.
You should have been my finest agent. It would have all been so much simpler.
Dragovich!
Yes! I'm gonna kill you!
Trying to fuck with my mind! Fire!
You don't know anything!
You tried to turn me against my own! You tried to make me kill my own president!
Right?
Come on, Mason! Mason, this way! Go, 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 go! This place is falling apart!
Mason, you did it, Mason. You did what I could not.
Mason! It is over. We won.
For now.